What's up, but it's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And if you don't know who I am, I run a multiple six-figure clothing brand here in Canada called K-Bud. It's a private label clothing brand. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you what private labeling is, what white labeling is, and how you can use private labeling and white labeling to create a successful brand. So I hope you enjoy. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at BrandCrowd. BrandCrowd's a logo maker tool. You type in the name of the logo that you want to have made, hit enter, thousands of logos will come up. You choose the one that you like. You can edit and refine that logo as long as you want for free until it's perfect. This is a design that I had made for my own clothing brand using BrandCrowd. If you're interested, head over to brandcrowd.com/apparel success and you can get 66% off at checkout. So when you hear private label and white label, they're practically the same thing with just a small difference between them. Both private label and white label companies use third-party manufacturers to make their products, and then they put their own labels on them. The big difference here is that private label companies tend to have more customization, so you can take your own custom idea and your own product, take it to a manufacturer, and they'll make it exactly the way that you want it. That tends to be what private labeling is, whereas white labeling would be like going to a manufacturer and they have a selection of products where you can just choose one of their products, you can take off their label and put yours on it. So they're basically the same in terms of they both are a separate manufacturer that you're working with that's creating your products, but they do differ in that way. The easiest way that I've come to understand this is private labeling would be like if you've created your own special ingredients and you take that invention to a manufacturer and you say, I want my product made exactly like this, and they'll make it for you and you can brand it in your own way. White labeling would be like going to a manufacturer first to see what they have to offer and picking one of them so that you can brand it in your own way and put your own brand on it and sell it to your audience. So most clothing brands, like my own, as an example, we've used both of these options. We've created products from scratch, giving our own dimensions, giving our own branding, and had them build it just like the way we want. And we've also used the white labeling option. Since we're a lifestyle clothing brand here, we're not trying to do anything new or invent the wheel when it comes to hoodies and t-shirts. So we find manufacturers and suppliers that are already creating high quality tees and tanks and hoodies, and we put our own brand on them. And that's how most, startup clothing brands work, most streetwear brands work, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with either of these options. Now let's go into the details of selling your private label and white label products. There's a couple things you're gonna have to outmaneuver here in order to make this work for you. And there's a couple things working against you if you decide to go the white label route. And what I'm talking about here is that when you decide to go the white label route and your brand or your company is using products that have already been made, they're somewhat generic in the sense that there's not a ton of customization to them other than maybe your own design or your own branding on it. What you're gonna face are two main roadblocks. The first roadblock that you're gonna face is it's easiest to sell private label and white label products to a pre-established audience because you've already built a real brand and you already have trust. Trying to sell white label and private label products that aren't all that customized and they kind of just fall into the scope of everything else, it can be kind of difficult if you don't have an audience already and if you're not working on building a real brand behind your products. So the solution to this is get out there and actually put in the time and put in the effort to build a real brand. Like put effort into TikTok and Instagram and building a community and actually having people invest in your brand. And that way, when you drop the products that you're trying to sell to them, it'll be a lot easier to convert them regardless of what your products look like or how much customization you have. The second roadblock that you're gonna face when you're trying to sell white label products is that these products, the generic products that you're just putting your labels on, tend to have a reputation for being low quality or cheap quality. And this isn't true. You can get really high quality white label products. Like there's hoodies out there that you can buy and use for your brand that are extremely high quality and that are like amazing, but they do have a reputation for that. And when you're showing them on your website, if your mock-ups look kind of cheap and you're doing it in a way that's really not helping your brand like show off the quality of the products, it will be much harder and you're going to have to climb that uphill battle. So what I recommend here in the solution to this is really invest the time to create high quality mock-ups of these items for your website. Like take time to do multiple different angles, different photography, show the details, explain the details of all the finer details of your products, even if they're white label, to really help enhance the quality and enhance the perceived value of your products. And a few other things when it comes to private labeling and white labeling for your own company, take some time to look into the laws and requirements for labeling in your country. There's certain things you need to include on your own private labels when you're selling in your own country. It's not all that crazy. It's not like requirements for food where you need to like get all these certifications and things. It's pretty simple, but just make sure that you're checking those boxes because there are laws around it. And at the same time, you know, when it comes to sourcing these things, create a short list of manufacturers local to you in your own country and give them a call. You can quickly source these things, sample them, get them ordered to you, find out which products are working for you. And a lot of these companies work super simply. It's not rocket science, but I really hope that that gives you just even a slightly deeper understanding of all this stuff and you walk away knowing what you're doing. So I hope that helps. If you got a lot of value out of this video, hit the like button for me. Let me know in the comments whether you're doing extreme customization on your products or if you're going more the white labeling route for, say, a lifestyle clothing brand or a streetwear brand. And if you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass. All you have to do to get access is go to apparelsuccess.com/masterclass. You can watch the whole thing for free. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.